Welcome! My name is Sith Holocron, and as you might or may not know, I am one of the founder members of a Legends of Runeterra group called the Dongers of Runeterra. Welcome, we do Donger deck discussions. I'm probably the resident deck builder. We have a master streamer on Twitch called I'm So Humble, and we are a very tight-knit, well-fun group of people on Discord where we play like leagues and we put on competitions all the time, free to enter, all that sort of stuff. It's really good. Come and join us. There's a free link to our Discord in the pinned comments underneath when you finished watching this video, and if you could give us a wee thumbs up or a subscription, that'd be amazing. But let's get to the basis of today. So one of our Discord members was Dodo, and we play quite often, and speaking of the league, he beat me 2-0 with a really good deck. And then we had a few friendly games today where he invented Solo Jinx, and it's quite good. And it is quite good. And here's his deck. And he sent me the deck code, and I went through it with him and went, "Oh, this is actually quite interesting." Yeah, caustic casks, and it's like a burn aggro deck with no driving, and it's just Jinx. So he's got decimates, use cast elements for more caustic casks, Noxian Fervor, get excited, transfusion, mystic shot, and then he sort of went down the Darrowing route with Legion Grenadier, Demolitionist, Disciple, Boom Crew Rookie, Precious Pets, Elixir of Wrath for a wee bit of extra kapow, and as I say, the caustic cast, and that got us talking. And he went, "Do you know what? I'd love a really good Vlad deck. A good burn Vlad deck. Can you make it?" And I went, "Well, okay." So this is actually video take 2, because I sent him a deck code. No, it wasn't good at all. It just was not good at all. So I sat back and went, right, okay. Vladimir's thing is 6 people have to survive damage for him to level up. If he levels up and you've got a good few units out there, he's draining stuff from the enemy nexus, smashing things into it, and if you can be like 4 or 5 wide, the game's pretty much over unless they vengeance Vlad. That's pretty much the basis. So you can see that his deck was very burn aggro. This is control aggro with a wee bit of burn. But different, because while Jinx needs to get cards out of hand, so it's like all his get exciteds and all things that get removed, hands getting reduced in size, all good stuff, all really good stuff. Vlad needs beefy units, and he just does. So here is my deck that I have now sent him. I've played 4 games with it normal and won all 4, and I went down the Freljord route because Freljord's got big units. So the deck's pretty simple. We need to keep people alive. That's the main thing in this deck. That's all it really does. So 3 Elixir of Irons for the 2 health. When somebody pulls you in with a challenger, keep that person alive, survive the damage, you're leveling up. Our only champion is Vladimir. We don't have anybody else, so we need to maximize everything in this deck is as good as we can make it be. Omen Hawk. Do I need to say anything? Of course we've got 3 of them. 1-1 to the top 2 allies. Brilliant. The card just seems to spawn in your opening hand every game. I think it's part of the coding, but I love it. Brilliant 1-drop. We did, however, keep a couple of his burn cards from the other deck. So we have a Crimson Disciple. We've got the Imperial Demolitionist, but then I've added in Ruthless Rider, who I think for a 2-drop is fantastic. Like, really fantastic. Again, these are all quick attack, cheap units, get them out, flood the board, yada yada, try and keep them alive, but he comes out with Overwhelm and Tough straight off the bat for 2 mana. I mean, that is just amazing. And he's Freljord. So, you know, these guys, if they're not big and beefy, they do great things. And then I've went for Shared Spoils, which is this card. So the top 3 units of your deck get 1-1. And if you've plundered, so if you went wide a bit, you plunder, and then you get to draw one of them that's already buffed up. So for instance, say we drop down the say we dropped this and we have this in hand, and we drop something else, and he lets the Omen Hawk through and kills something else. If you've got the shared spoils, brilliant. You've now buffed 3 units by 2, which is phenomenal. You get massive units. Transfusion is wonderful. It's a must-have 3 in every Noxus deck. I mean, it just has to be in there. To give something +2/+2 when you're taking one off another. So think about this. This card was designed for Vlad. You know, look at the blood. This is, you know, it's a blood transfusion. That's what it is. This is what he wants to be doing. To keep people alive, to allow them to survive. Brilliant, brilliant card. And then we go for the Avazarian Trapper. You get this baby boy. What a beautiful man he is. But look at the health. 5/5 and a 3/3 for 4 mana is superb efficiency. It's just really, really good efficiency. And if you sort of look at these, you know, that's a 3. That's essentially a 2. That's a 3. You know, Omen Hawk's just there to buff units because he's too good not to. And then we go down to the Crimson Curator. So this boy, if he survives damage, create a random Crimson unit in hand. So you can buff him up with the Elixir of Iron. You can transfusion somebody else or deal 1 to keep another thing. And every time that happens, every time he receives damage, you can get an Awakener, which is deal 1 to all other allies. Another Creator, another Aristocrat, which is deal 1 to an ally and grant it 2/0. And I genuinely love this card, and I'm thinking about maybe adding it in instead of the Demolitionist. But these ones kind of make the cut better. But the fact that he can spawn any one of those 4 cards is invaluable to me. That's why he's in the deck. Calling Strike, just really damn good. It's our version of Get Excited. Smack in the face. Good night. Thank you very much for playing. And in surviving damage, this is we have a couple of 2s and 1s as we go through. Ember Maiden, start of each round, deal 1 to everything. Now if you put this out in round 6 and you have 4 units, that's 4 people who have survived damage unless you've got an Omen Hawk. So then that's 3. But in the meantime, with your transfusions and everything else, and normal attacking and blocking really cleverly, and taking the trades that you might have to sometimes take, but don't just kill your units. You need units for Vlad at the end, so that's really handy. The fact that we can then grant a damaged ally 3/3 on so many of these units is fantastic. Again, this is only a 2 of, just like the Ember Maiden, because we don't want to be hurting people all the time. That's not good. But the fact that we can give our big units, like the Curator, again, something else, a 3/3, that's never dying. I mean, it's just never dying. The Yeti, an 8/8. I mean, now we're talking. Now we are actually talking. We haven't even put the amazing, wonderful freeze in here. We don't have it because we don't want to be freezing things. You know, Fury of the North is an amazing card. It's phenomenally good. Give it 4/4 this round, fantastic. But it's too expensive. So instead of taking Fury of the North, or an Awakener, which we can get from the Crimson, or Crowd Favourite, or Trifarian, or a Legion Veteran, we went for 2 Hearthguards and a Captain Farron. Farron will end the game. He is a 1 of. Once you get the 3 Decimates in hand, the game's pretty much dead. He's only a 1 of, though, but that's all you need. Normally, your Vlad comes out fully lit, absolutely leveled up, and night night Irene, you just won yourself a game of Legends of Runeterra. This is the deck. This is Solo Vlad. 14 spells and 26 units of pure control aggro. You control the board, and then once Vladimir comes out fully leveled, you win a game, which is kind of handy because losing sucks, right? The deck code for this will be beside the pinned comment to come and join us on all our social medias like Twitter and Facebook and YouTube. But you should know YouTube because it's like where you're watching. My name is Sith Holocron. Thank you so much for spending like the last 10 minutes with me. Dodo, I hope you like the deck. I'm finding it fun to play with. And Vlad's, Vlad doesn't get played a lot either, which kind of intrigued me to kind of go, can we make a deck just with him? 4-0 and normal isn't anything, but it's a start. Dong is out.